Hey there, friends. Welcome to episode number 177 of It'll Be Fine. I'm your friend and your pal, Kelly Zonikas. It is a gorgeous day. Look at this beautiful blue sky and those fall colors. I am loving it. And you know what we're going to do to celebrate this beautiful day today? We're going to bake us some cookies. We've got this beautiful salted caramel honey pumpkin journey we're about to go on today, and I'm super excited to do this alongside the really funny my fellow Burbank Comedy Festival Best of the Fest selection. I was here 2020, she's 2021 and very deserving. The one, the only, Connecticut's own Carly Polistina is joining me in the kitchen today. And this is going to be a time. I can't wait. So I'm gonna grab some cocoa. Maybe pumpkin spice latte is not my jam, but I think these cookies will be. Indeed. I think it's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
And here's what you'll need for today's bake. You're going to need salted butter, honey, kosher salt, dark brown sugar, 1 egg yolk, vanilla extract, pumpkin puree, baking soda, pumpkin pie spice, all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, cinnamon, and sea salt.
Yay! TV! Awesome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you? I'm so excited.
I'm really looking forward to this because this is like a chewy cookie, which is one of my favorite kinds of cookies. I like any kind of cookie, but a good chewy.
I think cookies are one of the most unsung heroes of the dessert world. And I feel like they get overshadowed a lot, but they're like, a good cookie's amazing.
Oh, completely. Cookie like to celebrate, a cookie if your heart gets broken. I go to cookie dough. I feel like cookie dough is the perfect breakup food.
It's absolutely true.
Personally.
It's also the good happy food. It's just good all the time. You can tell I bake a lot. You were like, did you prep everything? And I'm like, I have it all on the counter. And then I'm like, oh no, she means something else. So I'm sorry about that.
Like, did you measure?
Oh, that I did. I made this. I didn't see any measurements to anything here. Did I miss them?
They definitely were there. So we will walk through. For the viewers at home, you could just go to the YouTube show description and the link is there. Click on it and you can play along. But if you have everything laid out, this is what you need. 1 cup of salted butter. Salted butter. Usually a baking recipe goes unsalted. If you don't have salted butter, just add more kosher salt when we get to that. That would be my workaround. 3 tablespoons of honey. If you don't have honey, you can go with maple syrup or like agave nectar, or you could go corn syrup. Yeah. As a teacher, do you have kids bring you homemade treats? I guess in the before times. I assume they're not doing it post-COVID.
Well, I did after school acting teaching.
Oh.
I've actually since left that. I still do some stuff like freelance wise, but not really. I think I had one. Did I? No, the kids would always bring snacks for each other, and like I wasn't included, which was sad. I was like, oh,
Nice.
I know. I'm like, excuse me, I'm a person, but it was a good time. I didn't even mean to, but I got all these tiny little guys, so they're so cute.
This is the ASMR portion of our show, where Carly unwraps butter.
Yeah. That bowl's not big enough to melt this butter. I'm not gonna do it that way.
So we're gonna get our butter nice and melted. Then you're just gonna put it off to the side to let it cool completely. And while we're doing that, you can preheat your oven to 350 degrees. While that is done, you want to take a small bowl. I'm gonna go with this one, or maybe a smaller bowl. There's a lot of bowls in this one. Just gonna forewarn.
Cool.
A lot of bowls. All right, so we're gonna take the honey and the salt in a small bowl, and we're gonna mix it together. So, for the honey, we need 3 tablespoons. For the salt, kosher salt, you need 1 teaspoon. But as I say, if you're going to go with an unsalted butter, do maybe 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, just like, because we are making a salted, chewy honey pumpkin cookie. So we want it to be salty. Right. All right. So I got my honey here, my salt. Do this.
Oh, wow. It's so fun to mix together.
What's that?
This is so fun to mix together.
It's gonna be even better trying to get it out of the bowl. I
It's gonna be
promise
great.
you. It's gonna be awful, but we can do this. All right. I like this cookie already, just with the honey and the salt.
Yeah, no, I'm such a salt person. Like, I'm so jazzed about this.
Me too. All right. Yeah, a sweet, salty kind of combo is great. And my dog is at my feet, just like, what are you making? What is happening in this kitchen?
Knowing.
All right, step number 3. We're on our way. You can use either a like a baking liner sheet, a reusable one, totally fine. Or you can go grab some parchment paper. We're gonna line a baking sheet and set that aside. If you don't have either of those and you just have aluminum, that is totally fine too. Just a heads up, you may not need to bake your cookies as long because it gets hotter quicker.
That is so good to know. I did not know that. I burn things all. I shouldn't be saying this on your baking show.
Take that brown sugar and butter. I think we'll give the butter another minute, but what will happen next is the brown sugar and the honey will go into the butter, mix that together. And depending on the bowl size, you may want to just bowl up because soon we're going to be adding all the other things in. So
Should I put them all in like the main bowl or should they still be in like a separate bowl?
we're going to do a separate bowl because in another bowl, we're going to do the dry ingredients.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right, so egg. It looks like egg, but it's butter. It's going in here. And then our honey and our salt. So these are all going to get mixed together. Oh man. All right. And this makes, gosh, I think this makes 2 dozen, if I'm not mistaken. But I will be making more because I could not buy a small enough can of pumpkin puree.
I get it. Honestly, I was so surprised I found any. I'm like, I have
Me
not.
too.
It was like, we need pumpkin puree. I was like, I don't think that's real. I don't think that's something one just comes across.
All right, so in this bowl now we've got the dark brown sugar, the honey, the butter, and the salt, mixing it together. Do you have any like Thanksgiving recipes that are like go-tos in your house or?
My grandpa for a while, and now other people make it, like his stuffing was always a big one. And then we're also, I'm Italian, so like we always had like Italian wedding soup on Thanksgiving, which is a big
cool.
thing, like pasta also. So that's, so those are big ones.
Nice. Oh, Italian wedding soup is so good.
It's great. It's honestly, and it's warm. It's so nice.
Yeah.
What day is Canada's Thanksgiving? I know, and it's not called Canada Thanksgiving. I know that.
It should be. No, our Thanksgiving is on, I think well, is Columbus Day now Indigenous Peoples Day in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's our Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, gotcha.
because we celebrate the harvest, supposedly.
Maybe.
That's what we were taught in school. So,
So,
yeah. So we celebrate for different reasons. More, I guess, more what the farmers had going on than, you know.
Did you put your egg yolk in already?
I just did. Yeah.
Oh.
I just did that. So with the brown sugar and the honey and the salt and the butter, add the egg yolk. Then we are going to be adding our vanilla extract. And if you're fancy pants and you have a vanilla bean in the pod, just scrape the seeds out of one of them. And then use the pod in like a tea or add it in sugar so you have vanilla sugar. Reuse as much as you can. And we need the pumpkin. It smells really good. It also kind of looks like applesauce.
It really does. Like,
do you need measurements on that?
Yes. Hang on.
All right.
I also can't seem to open this bottle of vanilla.
Just hand it to me.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Oh,
That's right.
Got it.
Wouldn't that be weird if that worked?
Honestly, like it kind of did. It's open now. So
I'm good.
It's got to be here. I believe I can read. Oh my God, because it's in the.
Do you see it now?
I think I do. It's definitely down in this new area where I was not looking. Like before, it was just a list of ingredients. Oh, I really hope this. I both hope this is and isn't the most chaotic episode of this show. Oh, it might.
I've definitely had some chaotic bakes. This goes down as one of them of like, are the measurements here? We need baking soda for this. Soda, don't use powder, use soda. Usually the one in your fridge if you use it to keep your fridge fresh. Like that. So this is the one dry ingredient, and along with the spice mix coming up that we're adding to the wet. Great. So pumpkin pie spice mix. I just bought something called 4 Spice. I guess it's not all the spices.
It's every spice.
It's just 4 of them. So.
I straight up got cinnamon because it said you could. My store just did not have it. It just declined. So they like I saw in the recipe it was like can replace with cinnamon, and I was like awesome because we have that. But honestly, it was a close call because like this was like the last one there.
Well, as I say, like you've got Thanksgiving coming up, so probably a lot of people
they're stocking up. They know.
So now we're going to add the flour to the wet ingredient and just do it in fourths. Like don't add it all at once. You may get it all over yourself, which could be fun. This is what mine's looking like, by the way.
Oh, yay, mine too.
Yay! So, all right. So what we're going to do after this is mix the sugar and the cinnamon. Because I have a feeling this will be used afterwards to roll the cookie batter in as it bakes, so it gets a little fun texture to it. And now, all right, cool stuff. I do have. You didn't mention this to me when we met, but I'm just curious. Was I shorter than you thought I would be?
That's so interesting.
Because you're about the height I thought you would be.
You actually were a little shorter than I thought you would be, honestly. Like you have a very like tall energy in a great way. Like it's a huge compliment, honestly. But yes, like slightly. Not like big time. There were some people I met that I was like, oh, but like you weren't like an oh, it was just like an I'm like 1 inch shorter than she is.
Yeah.
And Carly, you give off the energy of someone that's like 4'8". This is like an in-person friend, like that I've known for almost 10 years now. Like
That's funny.
that's like a friend. She's like, yeah, Carly, you give off real like short girl energy. Thanks.
Oh man. Well, however tall we are, this is what this should look like right now. And it smells delish. So good. So we're going to set this aside now. And now in another bowl, we are going to take our cinnamon, and I'm using coconut sugar instead of granulated. It's not as sweet, but it's a really good sugar to use if you're baking. And we're going to mix these together. Use this for something. I don't know how many bowls I now have on my counter. There's a lot. All right, so we're going to mix this together. And what are we going to do next? I think what we're going to do now is take like a dough ball, roll it in the sugar, and then put it on the baking tray. I think that's what we're going to do.
Nice.
All right. This is exciting. You can also, if you have it, toss in some like sugar in the raw, like a crunchier sugar, which I think I might do just for fun. How are your balls coming, Carly?
They're big. They're a bit gooey, but I think that it'll be fine.
Of course it will.
It'll be great. I don't think I should show anyone what they look like right now, but I feel confident.
You could, you know, in a panic, you could make one giant cookie.
I'm not exactly in a place where I'm beyond that point right now. I was just having so much. I don't want to. I really don't want to. I'm really just besmirching my good name.
Oh, it's fine. One question, like East Coast food question. Like New York has the black and white cookie, and Boston's got the Boston cream pie. Is there a pastry for Connecticut?
I think Connecticut's really big. People can correct me if I'm wrong. We're a big apple cider donut place.
Oh.
So that's like apple, like cinnamon donut. Like in the fall, they're everywhere. When I was at UConn, as you can see, they used to sell apple cider donuts legitimately right outside of the gym. Which I'd be like walking to the gym and I'm like, what? Who made this plan?
Grab another tray because I ran out, but this is what this is looking like, babes.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Will this turn into one giant cookie? We're about to find out. No, every oven's different. So the recipe says 9 to 11 minutes. I always tend to go like right in the middle when I see something like that, but you may need longer. Your oven may bake up quicker and you need less. So I just always advise folks, don't like put it in your oven and then walk away and do like, you know, a marathon and then come back. It's not the best idea. There we go. That works-ish. All right. Okay, so they've just come out of the oven, so you're just gonna drop 2, 3, 4. Everything's fine. So yeah, do that when they come out of the oven. So what I would suggest doing now is take this beauty that is all these cookies. So good. And let us dust with some flaky salt. Or as I say, if you only have table salt at home, do that too. Look at these cookies, so beautiful, salted. Oh, I can't wait to tuck in. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bon appetit.
Cheers.
Cookie cheers. Cookie cheers. All right, let's try this.
These are so good.
I'm not crying. No.
I would never. Yay!
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So sorry. It was my second time in California, but I don't remember the first time. I went on a high school field trip, and it's super sus actually because no one remembers it.
What?
Like we went, it was like a theater workshop field trip we went to in high school, and I swear I am not alone in forgetting about it constantly. Like just, and doesn't that feel like something you would remember every detail of?
That sounds like a Dateline episode.
No, it's honestly like, have you seen Community?
Yeah.
You know that episode of Community where it's Halloween and then a lot of stuff happens and then everyone's memory gets wiped? Like that's what it feels like. Like I don't remember this trip, but like I know it happened. Like it fully occurred, but I can't tell you what happened on the trip, and my friends feel the same way. So I have been to California before, but it doesn't count because I got my brain government wiped. So I don't know.
What?
Oh no, I think either you're
Oh, I
frozen
think you
or
froze.
the
Or maybe
government.
someone froze. It's fine. Oh, my connection's unstable. Screw you, internet. Oh, I think I froze. I'll be back. I'll just. If you can hear me, I'm going to go get the Ethernet cable. Let's see. Is Carly here? Hey.
Again.
Hi again. That was weird. Was that because you talked about the California trip?
I honestly think it is. I'm telling you, something weird happened there. No one remembers it. And of course, the second I'm like, I think my brain got government wiped, like the call freezes. Like,